What up, y'all? DCFaygoGuy. This is Daily Spirits topic number 10, Panic's topic. This was in relevance to Grand Theft Auto 5. There's a three-part question that made up the topic. Number 1 was, what were your thoughts on Wade the Juggalo? Second one was, if you could make any Juggalo-related game or any kind of Juggalo-style game, what would you create? And the third one was, what is your favorite, or what is one game ICP-related or Juggalo-related that you like? So for this topic, I decided to take a page out of Fatman Jersey's book and actually throw in a game and start playing it, and I chose Twisted Metal 4. And it's going to come into play during question number 3. So, question number 1, what are your thoughts on Wade the Juggalo? Kind of have to go with everybody else, and I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't even have a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360, so I mean, I'm sitting here chilling on my PlayStation 2, playing a PlayStation 1 game, so that kind of tells you I'm not really up to date on games right now. So my first thoughts were, when I first heard about him, it was kind of, I felt like it was their way of kind of exploiting maybe the fact that Juggalos are considered a gang now. So my thoughts really aren't too much on it. It was kind of whatever. I mean, I know they use a lot of stereotypes in their games, so it didn't really bother me in that aspect. But the last Grand Theft Auto game I've even played was Vice City, and that was back in 2006. It's the only game I've actually played, so I wouldn't mind playing Grand Theft Auto 5, but right now I don't have that kind of money, and so it's not really something I guess you could say I'm into right now. But my thoughts on him were, it feels like very stereotypical, which I know that game's notorious for. Otherwise, I mean, it's whatever to me. So I hate the fact that they made him a meth head and he's kind of a retard and all that shit, but hey, to each his own, I guess. It was their decision, whatever. Topic number 2, or question number 2, I should say, sorry, is if you could create any Juggalo kind of style game, what would it be? I like what Krazie said. I think a Big Money Hustlers type of game would be pretty fucking sweet. Oh, gotcha, bitch. I think that would be pretty sweet. So mine, the one I would have to say is I big time love Dark Lotus. So I think it would be pretty sweet to see a kind of Dark Lotus game, Tales from Lotus Pod or something like that. Basically, where it's very similar to like in the Pendulums, I guess, where they go around and they kill different people that deserve it and whatnot. Or like out of the Hollow Wicked comic. That shit was pretty sweet. So I would have to say a Tales from the Lotus Pod Dark Lotus game would be the shit. So question number 3, what is your favorite Juggalo ICP related game? I have played Backyard Wrestling 2. I used to have it, but I'm not a big fan of wrestling, and that game was fun and all, but not being a fan of wrestling kind of makes it not that enjoyable for me. So I actually ended up selling that one. So, I mean, really technically I can only say Backyard Wrestling 2. It's the only one I really have played that's had ICP in it, so. But that's where this right here comes into play. Now, if you're familiar, I just fucking froze myself. If you're familiar with Twisted Metal 4, you know at the beginning they talk about the traveling carnival and the traveling circus, and that's what Twisted Metal is supposed to be. And this particular game, I don't know if any of the others do. I've actually really only played Twisted Metal 4. But in this game, they have Rob Zombie as a character. So when I seen that, my first thoughts were, especially after seeing the intro to Twisted Metal 4 and playing it, my thoughts were why the fuck wasn't ICP in this game? They fit so perfect, like fucking 2 peas in a pod. I think they would go together perfectly. And actually, to listen to some ICP while you play this game, definitely, I don't know why I just did that. I really think that they would have been perfect, because when you listen to ICP even, for instance, the Terror Wheel, when you listen to that album, playing this game, you get so much into this game, I feel like, or probably even any of the old school Joker cards, even for that matter. But there was a phase in 2008 where I played this game quite a bit, and I was listening to the Terror Wheel quite a bit. And Amy's in the Attic, and this level right here, especially if you play a Sweet Tooth, I don't know, just kind of the feeling you get, I don't know, it's kind of overpowering in a way. It fits so perfect together. Where's my bad guy at? He's over this way. So I would say that even though ICP wasn't in Twisted Metal 4, I say this is a perfectly good Juggalo related game that they should have been in. I feel like they really should have been in this game. So for that, the fact that Sweet Tooth's a wicked clown, you got a fucking traveling carnival, it's not exactly trademarked to ICP or Juggalos, but it fits so damn good it might as well be. Otherwise, I have to say Backyard Wrestling 2, but again, I'm not a big fan of wrestling games, so Plus, not to mention the fact that you have Death Racers, which is supposed to be like a Twisted Metal kind of movie. It really didn't turn out like that. I was actually disappointed with the plot behind that movie, but really in a lot of ways it was very Twisted Metal-ish. So, there you go, guys. My impressions of Wade the Juggalo. It was very stereotypical, which I know Grand Theft Auto is notorious for. Otherwise, it was kind of whatever. It's just a character in the game. Favorite, sorry about that. If I was going to make a game, I'd say Dark Lotus, Tales from the Lotus Pod, some kind of game like that. Or I'd even have to go ahead and agree with Krazie and the Big Money Hustlers, Big Money Rustlers even, for that matter. It would be a fucking awesome game. And then my favorite Juggalo related game, the only one I played is Backyard Wrestling 2. Otherwise, Twisted Metal 4. It fits so much like a glove, it might as well be considered a Juggalo style themed game, however you want to say it. So, still to this day, it bugs me that ICP was never in any of the Twisted Metal games. So, there you go, guys. This has been DCFaygoGuy. Thanks for checking this out.